When you're choosing menus, we consider what is really unique that grabs the public's attention in the first place. Then we also consider what will make people revisit us. We consider many aspects such as taste, visual, meaning, cost, and time. We came down for choosing rice burger because this kind of burger tradition started in Korea. With a case of rice, rice is the bread of Korea. It is tasty just like hamburgers, but it is healthier than hamburgers because they have 0% of trans fat and less sodium. Finally, by giving a mixture of many food tastes, taking less time to cook and eat, cheaply priced just like burgers, and being a snack that everyone can enjoy during their busy life, such as hop-ons, meeting, and work, was a huge benefit for considering rice burger as our main menu. A quality restaurant has a special menu that represents their brand. For instance, BUC Chicken Place have Sprinkle. A Chinese restaurant, Gyeongjang Jampang, has a brand menu itself for spicy seafood noodles. For us, we decided to put some meaning to our brand. Rice burger places are rare in Jeju Island. Around our area of GEC, there are 0 rice burger places. To represent the rice burgers in Jeju, we decided to make hamburger shape out of Jeju. At the top, we will make rice with squid ink that represents basalt rock. Next to rest the fried pork with Korean red paper paste. That represents lava. And finally, at the bottom, we will put darker rice with squid ink again. And it'll be darker, that represents obsidian or bedrock, whatever the customer believes. If you have noticed, this is a geographical look of Jeju.
Now, apart from the main burger, there are other burgers prepared. Although the Jeju signature burger represents our restaurants, for those who wouldn't want to take a new challenge, there are 4 new burgers that are prepared for them. Those are ham cheese, tuna mayo, bakgalbi, and pork cutlet burger.
We just presented to you about our menus, but this is kind of a limited menus. So that's why we present to you about the selected menus. Our restaurant gave selected menus. We put the title to freedom to choice. We as a restaurant will not limit people with menus. Customers will choose ingredients that they prefer out of our ingredient list, and they will choose ingredients on a piece of paper that we receive. This kind of freedom to choice menus gives entertainment, creativity, but mostly decreases the customers' complaints overall, because customers, they are the one who chose ingredients, and they are the one who chose rice burger that they want to eat.
Now, you might be wondering why our restaurant is located at location E. We did consider all of the locations. First, B. It is the Hop-on building, but we discarded it because it was too remote. It was only up by itself, and we thought it was pretty inefficient. Next was C and A. We thought it was both diverse in companies, and also it was close to the apartments. However, the monthly rental fee was too expensive compared to E, which has all of the positive benefits compared to C and A. Lastly, D. D has the same rental monthly fee as E, but it was rejected because it was way too remote, like B. Now we're left with E. So what are the benefits? The first is that there are more foot traffics than others. For example, there are a lot of entertainments like karaoke and instrument stores. Moreover, there are a large population of residents and properties in the higher buildings. And lastly, there are more convenience stores and cafes that are diverse, that after you go to a restaurant, you could go to cafes or nearby convenience stores. And another reason why is that it is an actively developing place in the GEC. Because there are a lot of developing places and construction workers would have time for their lunch and would attract the workers.
Now we present to you about the overall food menus and the introduction of our presentation. Next, we will be moving on to the finance and marketing strategies, which Justin and Tom will present from Jeju. We were Benny and Janet, and please continue to watch our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Benny and Janet, for explaining about our restaurant and the menu. From now on, Justin and I will introduce about the market strategies and finance.
So firstly, we'll talk about the target market, and our target customers will basically be residents, workers, and students in the JGEC. And to be more specific, in the target, it's students, parents, and school faculty and staffs, and construction workers. And why construction workers is because, as Janet mentioned before, the location of our restaurant is very near the part where GEC is currently developing, like the iPark apartment that's building, and potentially a new international school coming in there.
And here's how we'll expose ourselves to target market. First, we'll use the placard and posters. In GC, there's lots of places where we can hang the placard or post the posters. And for example, in front of the Hanshin, in front of the police station, there are the hangers where you can hang the placard. The placard costs about 40,000 won per card, and the poster costs about 30,000 won per 30 A4 posters. And the second, we'll use the online services. First, we'll use the GEC Parents Neighbor Cafe to attract the parents, and the second, we'll use the product blogger to spread our restaurant information around the web browser such as Naver. And lastly, we'll open the SNS event during the Instagram and the Facebook. When the customers post a photo of our dishes into the SNS with the specific hashtags such as the live street, then we will give the free drink while we can get more customers.
And adding on, our menu itself is also a factor that can appeal people. So the Jeju signature burger is a menu that symbolizes Jeju and uses Jeju ingredients like the Jeju black pork, which makes the menu like exclusive and very unique as a rice burger, which would appeal which is a factor that can appeal the customers. And for imaging our brand, we would make our restaurant a alcohol-free zone, and this would promote a student-safe environment, a work-safe and worker-safe environment, as a lot of construction workers will come in to our restaurant during their free lunchtime. And if they drink during their free lunchtime, that's not safe. And we will also promote a very eco-friendly image by using recyclable papers and without any prints on it for the takeout packaging. And all food recipes are from Korea to express that our ingredients are very fresh. And also, we would partner ourselves with a big company to expose ourselves more. So Bayman is an application that provides delivery services to people who order foods and drinks using the application. And we noticed that there are 51 million app downloads already, and we also noticed that more than 60% of our from the population from our sample population from our survey is already using this app to fulfill their meals, which means that we can appeal to so much more people by partnering with this application. And the free delivery service itself can be a factor that appeals to customers who are trying to decide what to eat. And to maintain this partnership, we only have to pay 45,000 won per month to this company.
And now let's go into finance. First of all, before we go into deeper explanation about the finance, let's look at the bigger picture of our revenue and the cost. At this slide, we organize our revenue and the cost per month on the July 23rd, and when we convert this into the graph looks like this, and this graph shows the break-even point is the April 2022.
And how do we come up with this break-even point? So we first calculated the marginal profit per serving one burgers, and this was calculated by using the price of each menu and the preference survey, and also of course the food cost and we subtracted the marginal revenue and the marginal cost and came up with a marginal profit per serving would be 3,287 won, including the 10% VAT. And with that 3,287 won, we multiplied that by the estimated numbers of burgers sold per day, and as you notice, these numbers sold per day increases as the year passes because we're basically exposing ourselves more to the community as we are longer open. And we also consider that we will have extra orders from the schools, as Vice Burger is a good menu to fundraise, as it is convenient to eat. And since it's convenient and healthy, we expect that MUN conferences or KISA conferences would like our menu and buy massive products. And we also included drink prices, marginal profits from the drink.
And here's details of our food cost. So there are lots of the ingredients with the price, but since there are too many ingredients, I will just mention only one most important ingredient, which is the rice. We'll use the medium quality rice, which costs about 50,000 won per 20 kilogram. And as it was mentioned previously, all the ingredients are from Korea, which shows that these ingredients are very fresh. And finally, to conclude our cost, at the first month, including interior food, key money, marketing fee, it cost about 45 million won. And for the fixed cost per month, including rental fee, capital fee, and chef salary, which is about 3 million won. And for the food cost, as it was mentioned previously, it is very variable. And lastly, all the costs included 10% VAT tax.
And by adding up all these calculations, we were able to come up with this revenue and cost statement per month. And by accumulating this revenue and cost as a graph, we were able to come up that our break-even point will be at April 2022, which is 20 months after our first opening.
Yeah.